Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's movie that I'm going to be reviewing is Glass, and I have a lot to say about it, so let's just get started right here, right now. So I want to start off this video by complimenting the only parts that I thought were actually good about this movie, because to be honest, I really didn't enjoy this movie, but I just want to give it credit to where credit is due. So first things first, James McAvoy. He was terrific in Split because he was able to play like 12 different personalities in one body and like even have conversations with himself and change on command. And that's honestly something really impressive. I mean, even Sam Jackson was talking about like, "Whoa, could I do that?" And honestly, I don't know a lot of actors who could just do what he did. Also, I thought the opening scene was pretty good. Like the first 10 minutes of it was kind of interesting. I liked how they were reintroducing some of the characters. It wasn't bad. It was interesting, but after maybe 10-15 minutes, the movie just went all downhill, and here's why. Okay, so probably the most noticeable thing was that Bruce Willis barely acted. I mean, the guy was just in it for not that long, and whenever he was in it, he just say a couple words or just look around, and then that was it. Like the guy didn't look like he was trying. He was kind of just like, yeah, I'm Bruce Willis. I was in this movie, so let me just do this. He kind of just phoned it in without even trying, and it was noticeable. It wasn't like he did something that made me go, "Oh wow, that was cool." No, it was just, dude, come on, do something that makes me say, "Oh wow, Bruce Willis still has it." Because at the moment, I think Bruce Willis just stopped caring about acting and just expects to get paid for shit. And the movie was really slow paced. There were times where, like I said in the beginning, it was good because the movie wasn't fast, but it was moving along. But then towards after like 10-15 minutes, it started getting really slow and sometimes even repetitive and stuff that could have just been fast and probably would have been better if it was fast. And it just felt so like pulled, like they were just trying to make it last as much as humanly possible, and they were repeating information that we already knew and we could have just gone along without it. And it was starting to get boring and more boring and more boring, and to the point where I was just like, could this movie just end already, get to the big twist, and tell me what the big reveal is going to be? So the director M. Night Shyamalan is usually known for having a big twist, whether in the middle or in the end or something like that. And which is something that I always look forward to in his movies. But in this movie, when the big twist came, I was so disappointed. I was just like, really, that's it? That's a big shocking reveal that I usually look forward to. This is such a letdown. I mean, the guy is well known for making pretty good twists, and this is all you get. Like, come on, man. He could have done way better. And there was like tiny subplots or sub twists. My bad. And even those sub twists were just like, come on, I don't need all this. Like, I could just use one really good big one that maybe could have saved the movie. But honestly, when the time came, it was just, I know this movie isn't a conventional superhero movie where there's just a ton of action, so I try to keep an open mind about that kind of stuff. Like, not be all, oh yeah, this is gonna be like pure fights and stuff like that. I knew what I was getting into, and I'd have no problem with like action movies that try to be different. I mean, sorry, superhero movies that try to be different, like without the action and stuff like that. I thought it'd be an interesting idea, but then when the time came, it was really boring because the dialogue, the conversations between the characters is just not interesting at all. Like, I believe a good movie, if it's just like even in just a room and the characters can have a good conversation, like good dialogue, it could be a super interesting movie. But I wasn't interested at all when these people were talking. So something else that pissed me off a lot was that there was no build up to the characters meeting or reuniting. It was kind of just like, oh hey, remember these guys from Unbreakable? Here they are. Remember the guy from Split? Here they are. And here they just met. Boom. Oh, that's it. Like, these three movies took like 15 years to make. There was like a huge gap in between them, and like now that it all comes to a conclusion, they were kind of just like, oh yeah, what the hell, here you go. And honestly, that felt a little bit anticlimactic. And yeah, I just really hated the way they reintroduced characters. So Sam Jackson, who I love in general in every single one of his movies, really disappointed me in this one. Like, his character has a weakness where he's like super fragile, but his mind is incredible. But whenever it came to him trying to be all smart and trying to outsmart everyone else, I was just not impressed by anything he did, or thought that his mind was very threatening. Like, I like, of course, villains who are not just pure punching but try to outsmart the hero. That's what I think is cool about some supervillains. But this particular supervillain wasn't really threatening even with just his intelligence. I thought his big evil plan was a huge letdown, because in the end it wasn't even that evil, and whatever evil things he would do, it wasn't like, I would never be like, whoa, that guy's evil. It would just be like, I mean, yeah, he was very generic villain, like trying to go against the villain, and then like he'd constantly talk about how comics are real and stuff like that, and it just wasn't good. Like, honestly, the movie just wasn't good. There was so much about it that wasn't good at all, and stuff that I thought would be good was just so bad. And again, I know it wasn't supposed to be a actual action movie, like an actual superhero movie where there's a bunch of action, but even the few action scenes that were in it were just bad. Like when James McAvoy and Bruce Willis would fight, it was kind of just like shoving, then pushing, then pulling, then that was it. Nothing happened. It was just like them getting really close to each other, and then they just be like, oh, push, 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 and then everything came to an end. And when the ending came, I was just so disappointed by everything that happened. Like, anything that they tried to make look cool and everything was just terrible. So guys, as you can see, this movie, I feel really passionate about how bad this movie was, and by the end, I honestly hated having to pay to watch it. So whatever you guys do, in my opinion, I don't think it's worth actually going to the movies. If you want to watch it on Netflix or somehow pirate it when it comes out, I mean, give it a shot just to see how the trilogy ends. But to say that you should go to watch it in theaters is not something I would actually say. So if you feel differently about it, comment it down below. Let me know why you feel different about it. If you agree with me, let me know too. And I hope you subscribe. See you around.